Hey everybody, it's Ed. Wanted to talk a little bit about brand new CD, Elvis Presley, Where No One Stands Alone. I picked it up today. I wasn't able to get the album yet. They were supposed to be out on the same day. However, my place did not get the album. I have it on order, so they're going to give me a call when it comes in, hopefully sometime this week, if not over the weekend. I did break it open. I have listened to it, and I will give you a little review of my opinions on certain tracks and what I thought overall of this CD. All right, so for those of you who may not be familiar, this is brand new, where basically they took Elvis's tracks on 14 gospel songs, and they basically overlaid new music with it to make it more modern. So is what it is. And I guess kind of along the vein of Viva Elvis and the Royal Philharmonic Orchestra CD or LP releases that have come out also. But overall, I would have to say I enjoyed most of this. I thought they did a pretty good job. Some of it wasn't too thrilled with, but others I was extremely pleased with. So um, basically, the CD itself, a classic RCA orange label. Song listings: I Got Confidence, Where No One Stands Alone, Saved, Crying in the Chapel, So High, Stand By Me, Bosom of Abraham, How Great Thou Art, I John, You'll Never Walk Alone, He Touched Me in the Garden, He Is My Everything, and finally, Amazing Grace. So, overall, I thought it was okay. I didn't think it was bad. Elvis's vocals, of course, are just Elvis's vocals. However, some of the music did help complement. Now, what I neglected to mention is that the title track, No One Stands Alone, is a duet with his daughter, Lisa Marie. Um, I always kind of liked when they had Lisa do duets. They did it in the Ghetto. What was the other one? I Love You Because. I they were okay. This one I actually happen to really like, though. I think her voice really complements her father's voice very, very nicely in this, and I enjoy it. So I thought that was a really well done track. I got confidence when I put this in the car, and that was the first song that came on, and I was kind of psyched to hear it because I enjoy the original. Um, this one, however, I felt for me fell flat. It was okay, but if anything, I would definitely prefer to listen to the original. I already talked about Where No One Stands Alone. All right, the third song is Saved, which was the first one that was released, so you may or may not have heard it. I, for one, actually enjoyed it. I thought it was okay. I liked the original a lot, and I liked the new one. I thought it was pretty good. There were parts of it that I enjoyed, and when I first heard it, it kind of threw me off a little bit because I'm expecting to hear certain things, but they weren't there, and then vice versa, things I wasn't expecting to hear that were there. But overall, I was pleased with Saved, so I'll take that one. Fourth track, Crying in the Chapel. I like the original. I'm not a huge fan of the original. However, this one I enjoyed. His voice, his voice stood out, of course, in the original, but for some reason, this version just makes it stand out even more. I don't know what it was about it, but I enjoyed this version of Crying in the Chapel. But again, not a song that I generally gravitate to. Then we had So High. Meh, I wasn't too crazy about it. I'm not even going to get into it because there's really nothing for me to say about it. Stand By Me, same thing. It was okay. Nothing phenomenal. Bosom of Abraham was okay. I'd say actually a little bit better than okay. I think it started off a little bit weird for me, but then it started going, and it was okay. It was pretty good, not bad. How Great Thou Art. It's another one. They kind of started it where it almost sounded like the way he did it live when he would perform it in concert. But then it takes a little bit of a different turn, and I liked it. Overall, I got to say, I pretty much enjoyed How Great Thou Art, and I don't know how to put it into words, but to me, it worked. It worked, and I enjoyed it. Same thing with I John. I John kind of started off, I was a little sketchy with it, but then it kind of like jumped in and and went, and I enjoyed that as well. You'll Never Walk Alone actually surprised me. I love the original version, and this one was very well done. I enjoyed it. They took out some of the background vocals, where in the original he would say "walk on," and then some, there would be echo like of a chorus. But this, they took that out and basically left his voice solo for the most part, and I really liked it. It was well done. Then we have "He Touched Me," which is another one of my favorites from the original song, and I enjoyed this version. I thought it was well done. Same thing with "He Is My Everything." I enjoyed the original. This one I enjoyed as well. And "Amazing Grace," I have to say, for the most part, I enjoyed this version. Now, of course, comparing these to the original versions, for the most part, of course, I prefer originals. However, and I know this is probably going to be blasphemy for a lot of you, I have to say I really enjoyed "How Great Thou Art." I thought it was very well done, so I don't know what else to say. But for the most part, when I get the album, I will probably do a opening of that as well. But since I listened to it, and I just wanted to give basically my first impression of the CD, and overall, I have to say I enjoy most of it. I would say maybe 60% of it that I really enjoyed overall. But here's the inside of the CD book. Give you a little glimpse. Words, Graceland Gates. All right. That's pretty much it. All right, everybody. So we're going to leave it at that. And as always, I appreciate everybody watching. And be good to yourselves, be good to each other. Take care, everybody.